The ocean has been hiding some absolute units. Not scary monsters, just animals built on a completely different scale than anything on land. One of these is the single biggest animal to ever exist on this planet, bigger than every dinosaur combined. And it's alive right now somewhere in the ocean while you're watching this. Let's start small. Well, ocean small. Number 1, the Japanese spider crab. This crab has a leg span wider than a queen-size bed. Just let that sit for a second. It can stretch to nearly 12 feet across claw to claw. It lives deep in cold water off the coast of Japan, quietly scavenging along the ocean floor. Despite the nightmare fuel appearance, it's almost completely harmless to humans. It just wants to eat dead fish and be left alone. It sometimes decorates its own shell with sponges and algae for camouflage, which is somehow both smart and deeply unsettling at the same time. Some of these crabs are estimated to live past 100 years old. That means some spider crab out there right now is older than your grandparents and still has better joint mobility than you. Nature clearly ran out of normal crab ideas and just kept stretching the legs. Number 2, the giant Pacific octopus. This octopus can stretch its arms out to nearly 20 feet across. It has 3 hearts and blue blood, which honestly explains a lot about how weird this animal is. It can also change both the color and the texture of its skin in less than a second to vanish completely against rock or coral. It is also terrifyingly smart. Giant Pacific octopuses have been recorded solving puzzles, opening jars, and straight up escaping their own aquarium tanks. One famous octopus squeezed his entire body through a gap the width of a coin, slid across the floor, and vanished down a drain pipe back into the ocean. Staff only realized he was gone the next morning. This animal has no bones at all. If it can fit its beak through a hole, the rest of it is coming right along with it. It didn't need an elaborate plan, it just needed one small crack. Number 3, the Colossal Squid. This squid is heavier than the more famous giant squid, even though it somehow gets less attention. Classic main character energy stolen by a smaller cousin. Its eyes are the size of dinner plates, the largest eyes of any animal on the planet, living or extinct. It lives thousands of feet deep in the freezing waters around Antarctica, where almost no sunlight ever reaches. Scientists believe those massive eyes evolved specifically to spot the faint silhouette of an approaching sperm whale in near total darkness. Basically a built-in early warning system for the ocean's biggest toothed predator. Instead of just suckers, its tentacles are lined with sharp, rotating hooks. Scientists have only ever seen a handful of these animals alive, and most of what we know comes from dead specimens found floating or pulled out of a whale's stomach. We genuinely know more about the surface of Mars than we know about how this animal actually behaves. Number 4, Leedsichthys. This fish lived about 165 million years ago, and even scientists still argue over how to pronounce its name. Leedsichthys is considered the largest bony fish that has ever existed. Some estimates put it at over 50 feet long. We mostly only have fragments of it though, so its exact size is basically educated guesswork stitched together from broken pieces like a jigsaw puzzle missing half the box. And despite being an absolute record-breaking giant, its entire diet was just plankton. It swam through Jurassic seas with its mouth open, filtering tiny food particles like the world's biggest and least threatening vacuum cleaner. It shared the ocean with massive marine reptiles that could have torn it apart in seconds flat. Its actual defense strategy was probably just being too big and too boring to bother eating. Number 5, the whale shark. Despite the name, this is officially classified as a shark, the biggest fish alive on Earth today. It can grow past 40 feet long, which is roughly the length of a city bus casually cruising around minding its own business. Its mouth alone can stretch nearly 5 feet wide. It technically has thousands of tiny teeth lining its mouth, but it never actually bites anything with them. They're basically just for decoration at this point. And yet it eats almost exclusively plankton and tiny fish. This might be the most relaxed apex-sized animal in the entire ocean. Divers regularly swim right alongside them with zero danger involved. Each whale shark has a completely unique pattern of spots on its skin, like a fingerprint. Scientists actually use an algorithm originally built to map stars in the night sky to identify individual sharks by their spot patterns. Somewhere out there is a shark being tracked by software designed for outer space. Number 6, Shastasaurus. This might be the largest marine reptile that has ever existed. Some estimates put it at around 70 feet long, which puts it in the same size range as some whales alive today. It looked like a complete nightmare. A massive, dolphin-shaped sea monster straight out of the Triassic period, built like it should be terrifying in every possible way. Except adult Shastasaurus had barely any teeth at all. Scientists believe it likely sucked soft-bodied prey like squid straight into its mouth instead of biting anything at all. So this absolute unit of a sea monster spent its life quietly slurping squid like the ocean's most oversized noodle enthusiast. Number 7. Mosasaurus. You have probably already seen this one, even if you didn't know its name. It's the giant sea monster that ate a shark in that one dinosaur movie. Mosasaurus could grow up to 50 feet long and ruled the oceans at the exact same time dinosaurs ruled the land. Its skin was covered in small, diamond-shaped scales, similar to a modern lizard, which makes sense once you remember it basically was one, just scaled up to an absurd degree. Despite constantly getting lumped in with dinosaurs, it is technically not one at all. It is more closely related to modern lizards and snakes, just an absolutely massive one that decided to live in the ocean instead. Its jaw could unhinge, similar to a snake, letting it swallow shockingly large prey almost completely whole. It basically ran an all-you-can-eat policy and had the stomach space to back it up completely. Number 8. The Megalodon. This shark needs almost no introduction at this point. Megalodon could grow past 60 feet long, with teeth the size of a human hand. Shark skeletons are made of cartilage instead of bone, so almost nothing survived, except thousands and thousands of those giant teeth scattered across ocean floors like evidence at the world's oldest crime scene. Its bite force is estimated to be the strongest of any animal we have solid evidence of ever existing, stronger than a T-Rex, stronger than anything alive today by a huge margin. It regularly hunted whales, not scared of them, hunted them. For scale, that is roughly like a modern predator casually snacking on a school bus. It went extinct millions of years before humans ever showed up, so relax, it's not still down there. Probably. Number 9. Livyatan. Its name literally comes from Leviathan, the giant sea monster from ancient mythology, which feels like a fairly accurate marketing choice. If Megalodon ever had a natural rival, this might be it. Livyatan was a whale, but it did not eat plankton like most giant whales alive today. It hunted other whales. Its teeth are some of the largest ever found on any predator on Earth, larger than a T-Rex tooth, larger than a Megalodon tooth. This thing was built like a torpedo made entirely out of muscle and teeth. Scientists genuinely believe it may have competed directly with Megalodon for the exact same prey in the exact same ancient ocean. Imagine the single worst possible day at the beach in history, and then set it 15 million years in the past. Number 10. The blue whale. This is not just the biggest animal in the ocean. This is the single largest animal that has ever existed on planet Earth. Bigger than every dinosaur that ever lived. Bigger than anything Megalodon or Livyatan ever had to worry about. Its heart alone is roughly the size of a small car. Its tongue can weigh as much as an entire elephant. It can also make sounds louder than a jet engine at takeoff, loud enough for other blue whales to hear from literally hundreds of miles away across the entire ocean. And despite being the biggest animal in the history of life on Earth, it survives almost entirely on tiny shrimp-like creatures called krill. The single biggest thing to ever exist chose the smallest possible food source and just fully committed to it. And unlike literally everything else on this list, it's not extinct. It's out there right now, somewhere in the ocean, being enormous and eating shrimp like it's absolutely nothing. 10 ocean giants. Half of them are ancient monsters. Half of them are still out there today, going about their day like none of this is a big deal. Which one would ruin your beach trip the fastest? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, the actual biggest animal to ever live isn't some extinct legend from a museum. It's swimming around right now, eating shrimp and minding its own business.